What's up, biker bros? This is Nathan from the Gen Z Biker Blog, and today I'll be test riding the all-new 2020 Lowrider S, which is a bike that a lot of you guys have been really wanting me to hop on. But before we get into it, let's talk about some of the nitty-gritty specs of the bike. So this bike starts at $17,999 for the black version, and the price increases when you go start looking at the silver one. It comes with a 114 cubic inch engine. It's got a reduced 28-degree rake for better handling, monoshock adjustable rear suspension, dual disc front brakes, comes stock with ABS. Overall, the bike is 679 pounds wet and has a 26.5 inch seat height. It's got a 5-gallon tank as well. So now that you guys know a little bit more about the 2020 Harley Davidson Lowrider S, let's hop on the bike. What's up, biker bros? This is Nathan from the Gen Z Biker Blog, and as many of you can probably already tell, I am currently riding the 2020 Harley Davidson Lowrider S as of popular demand on my YouTube channel's comments pages. A lot of you guys really wanted to see what my thoughts were on this bike. I had initially promised you guys that I would do this video review with Milwaukee Harley Davidson, but to tell you the truth, dealerships can't seem to keep this bike in stock. I went to Milwaukee Harley Davidson and they only had one of them in stock, and it already had a deposit on it, so naturally I wasn't allowed to take it out. But today we are riding the 2020 Lowrider S courtesy of the Harley Davidson Museum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This bike has 529 miles on it, so it's basically brand new. I gave you guys the specs on this bike at the intro of the video, so now let me tell you a little bit of my personal thoughts on the bike and whether or not I actually enjoy riding it. So now right off the bat, I'll tell you there are a couple things that I don't like and a few things that I also do like. Obviously, you saw how I just took that turn. This bike handles really well. I enjoy the handling capabilities of this bike. But there are some things that I don't like. For example, this center piece on the tank looks a little bit cheap to me. I think for a $17,000, $18,000 bike, they could have done a little bit better of a job at making this look a little bit cleaner as opposed to what it looks like now. To me, it looks like someone took a rattle can of Plasti Dip and simply sprayed this with Plasti Dip, which kind of disappoints me in terms of the build quality of the bike. The other thing that kind of bugs me about this bike is the fact that it has mid controls. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna say, well, it has mid controls because it is a more performance oriented bike and it allows for you to corner the bike a little bit easier. But at the same time, I'm gonna comment back and say, okay, well, it's an $17,000 bike. I'm not really gonna be racing this bike. I'm not gonna be pushing it to the limits that you might be referring to. I'm gonna ride this bike every day. I'll push it hard on the streets and such, but to the volume that I'd be riding this bike at $18,000 every day, whether it's around town or going on a 1 or 2 hour trip, I'm gonna want some forward controls. I am 6 feet tall with my boots on. Personally, I feel a little bit cramped, like my knees are kind of at the level of my waist. And don't get me wrong, I come from a sport bike background, so I'm used to mid controls, but I just feel like, I don't know, even if my feet were like an inch or so farther out, I would be a little bit more comfortable. So obviously a lot of you guys know that the 2020 Lowrider S is based off of the previous Dyna Lowrider S, which was off of the Dyna platform, which is now obviously retired, but they brought back the styling and some components of that Dyna Lowrider and produced the 2020 Lowrider S, which is on the Softail platform. So there's some similar aspects to the bike. Obviously you've got the gold accents on the rims. The difference from the Lowrider S on the Softail to the Dyna is the fact that it's a little bit of a different tint of gold. The Dyna Lowrider S was a brighter gold. This is a little bit more scaled back, not as bright. On a cloudy day from a distance you might just think they're dirty rims, like a dirty brushed aluminum kind of colored rim. Some other similar aspects to it: it does have the handlebar risers. The difference is that instead of it being drag bar attached to the riser, this bike is actually the riser, and then it's got traditional handlebars on it. It's a little bit different compared to the Dyna Lowrider. And just as any of your other typical stock Harley Davidsons, you've got your horn, your lights, your turn signals, which are auto canceling on the left hand side, and then you've got your hazards and your ignition switch on your right. You've got a semi-digital display on your speedometer up here showing your mileage. But for like $17,500, you're basically getting a pretty much fully loaded California style club bike, which is something that a lot of people really do aspire for. And if you're not someone that wants to go build your own club style bike, this is a really fantastic option. And this bike does come in a couple different colors. You can get it in this, obviously the liquid black color, the traditional Harley Davidson color, or you can also get it in a silver color, which does actually look kind of cool with the gold accents. In terms of technology, I'd say the only thing that this bike is really missing is cruise control. That's one thing that I was kind of surprised about that it didn't have. But other than that, it's pretty much got a lot of really nice features that I'm kind of jealous of, actually, because I don't have a lot of them on my bike. For example, we do have an adjustable rear suspension. It's not like on the Fat Bob where you can adjust it on the go. It's under the seat, so you'd have to pull the seat out to adjust it. But that is obviously a really nice feature. Whether you're hauling some stuff on a trip or you've got a passenger, you can adjust your suspension. It does have inverted, obviously that means basically upside down forks, which adds to the performance capabilities of the motorcycle. But other than that, it's just really a fantastic bike. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's upload on the 2020 Lowrider S, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, click the bell icon below to be notified of future uploads. Comment below if you have any video suggestions, guys. I really want to work with you guys and provide you with content that you see value to. So if you want to see something, let me know. Like, a lot of people requested this video. I love that.